All right, so this is what is replacing the On 3 that I had. Reached out to VS Racing, got their Gen 2 7875, which is actually like a 7883 technically. But let's get this bad boy out and take a look. Came really well packaged. So this guy is a 75 billet wheel, so pretty nice. This has a 4-inch outlet on the exhaust. It's also a 1.25 AR compared to the 9.6 I had before. So that is where my improvements are going to come from. So the main reason why I chose this, form factor 1 T4 should pretty much fit in my setup no problem. My minor adjustment to the exhaust just to accommodate the 4-inch V-band. I'm going to step it down right from here to the V-band, 2 or 3 inch, no big deal. What I like about the VS, actually came with a flange for the drain, so it's -10, gaskets on both sides, and bolts. So if you're looking at grand racing turbo, I like that. Saving money there. But this is a really nice unit. Divided flange as well. So with that being said, with the car, I'm most likely going to take all my hot side off and have it ceramic coated. And I'm kind of liking the goldish bronze look, so I'm going to actually have it coated in that color. I don't know if I'll heat wrap it again after that. I'm going to try it without heat wrapping it this time, just to see what kind of temperatures I get out of it. And if I need to, I'll wrap it back after that. It's also due for a tune-up, so it's been about 3 years now. Time for some plugs. And get that going as well before I really start to drive it for the season. Alright, so I'm in the middle of now just kind of doing some basic tune-up maintenance while I got the turbo out. We're just going to clock the turbo, size it up. I'm still waiting for a adapter, 90-degree coupler to go from the 2.5 to 3 inch down below. So now's the perfect time to do my spark plugs as well, because the passenger side with the downpipe, you can't get to anything when it's on. So now's a good time to do it. Last time I did plugs was probably about 3 years ago, maybe longer. My last dyno run right before then, when I did 770. So here's how they look now. So yeah, there we do. Started to notice a little bit of a power loss. I know it was time for new plugs. I usually do them like every other year, so especially the cold starts and the warm-ups, and then the quick shut off. It's just hard on them, but I plan on spraying a little bit more meth as well, so kind of just change up my mixture. I'm running 50-50 water meth. I might do a little bit stronger a mix there, so we'll see how that goes once the turbos are back together. So I'm going to try and see how far I can get with doing these. The driver's side is a little bit more of a pain at times for the back ones to get out, but I don't want to take the pipe off to get to those. So we'll get the plugs changed. I'll mock up or kind of clock the turbo, get it on, see how well it is easy to maneuver in here. Normally I take the whole merge pipe out with the turbo attached, which is heavy and it's really tight fit. So I'm going to see if I can put the turbo on and without having to remove everything to do so. It'll be much easier that way. And then we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure how well, once the turbo's in here, if I have to make some persuasion with the wheel well for that 90-degree, but we'll cross that road when we get there. So now, in the midst of putting things back in for mocking up. Bigger housing definitely hits. So we got about a solid 1.5 inches of clearance to make for this guy. So we get the persuader out and get to town. All right, little gentle persuader there. Should fit. Perfect. All right, so just kind of now got the exhaust housing just kind of mocked up in place, clearanced around pretty well. Now I'm just kind of clocking everything where I want it. And then I will put the clamps back on for the exhaust side. Everything is pretty perfectly squared up there for a good drain. Motherfucker is sharp. Alright, so just got enough clearance now. 3-inch on the front side made a huge difference, but got it pretty much clocked where I want it. I gotta get the proper size reducer from the 3-inch down to the 2.5 right now. That's a 4-inch on the opposite end, so it doesn't matter. I can lock this in now, so it's level with the drain, and then we can work on the downpipe. So I'm going to bolt that compressor housing on, mark it, pull the turbo off, put the gaskets on for the final time. That sucker is heavy, and then we'll move on to the rest. Okay, so new turbo's in. It's pretty much open turbo right now. Got to make an adapter for the V-band, but good oil pressure still. Car is pretty warmed up, and we're going to see how well it makes some boost. It's pretty decently cool night. See how the turbo works. Part of my issue is my Lingenfelter box, I think, is no longer working and maybe interrupting some of the timing. So having it disconnected. I'm also hearing a engine wind do the stereo system under RPM, so also indicates that something is going on there. That also could have been from while we were weathering on the car for the exhaust, so some electronics are sensitive to that, so I will give that a try and see if that makes the car a little happier. It definitely wouldn't be the first time I've had that happen, so we'll see. So far, turbo seems to come on pretty strong, and it's a little bit different sound as compared to the Leon 3. So from here, we're going to take the whole hot side off, and then I'm going to send it to be ceramic coated. So far with the temps as well, it's been staying at about 205. Which is nice to see. Keep in mind though, it's not a hot day where I really need to keep the temperature down. Something's going on. There's police just flying everywhere. It's there. Alright, so just a few minutes in until the teardown, so I just usually unbolt the charge pipe a little bit, and then undo the one V-band over here, and then down I take off the aider pipe and the wastegate, which goes there. Then further down below, just kind of right down there, is the other V-band from the other manifold. Undo the downpipe, and then this whole thing with the turbo merge pipe all across comes out in one piece, just goes out that way, and then I'll pull out the downpipe and then just the manifolds. It's pretty straightforward to get out, and then the loud valve into the fender will come out last, just to get enough room to swing it out, because it's pretty tight there as well. And that will be it. So the whole thing, we're going to do it all bronze, so it kind of matches the GTA wheels. And then I will put the strut tower brace back on, kind of really clean up in here. It's been really dirty for a long time as well. Haven't really cared about keeping things pretty anymore. So we'll do a little bit of cleanup with some stuff, and then see how well it comes back. I'm kind of excited to see how it looks. Alright, so when you scoot down here, so see, that's where the band clamp is for the downpipe. Just undo those two. I don't take it fully off, just to slide it in and out, and we'll take it out. Alright, so there's everything all set to go. Took off all the wrap. Taking out the wrap really sucks because it's so brittle now that it just crumbles into fine fiberglass dust, which is horrible. It gets all over your clothes and your hands and your skin. So it gets very itchy. So hopefully this wrap, or sorry, the coating will keep the heat down. I don't have to wrap it on top of that. So that's the goal. And look at, and then here's the car all torn apart. Big mess. So that's going to do it for this episode, and I'm tired, I'm cold. I'm going to go inside, shower all this fiberglass dust off, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Sorry this wasn't really much of an action-packed video in terms of this episode, but updates are coming soon. Everything's kind of paused just because of lockdowns again, so not much going on in terms of the shop car just yet, but that's going to resume pretty shortly. So keep an eye out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.